Hello, my name is Tony McKenzie. I'm starting a new YouTube channel. I guess I already started it. I've put some shorts out there, just some goofy stuff, some old TikToks. But I want to start with kind of a serious topic. See if anyone wants to follow me on my journey. Uh, First, I've worked construction for 30 years, but more than 30 years. Took a year off to work at the animal rescue, but just couldn't make the bills with that money. Too far of a ride to in downtown Pittsburgh. It's a haul to clean dog poop up. But it was great working there, and my body healed up nice. I was just trying to skateboard. I'm gonna be 49 in April. I was just trying to skateboard. Well, I did skateboard. I got some new wheels and a new deck. They'll be on my shorts. And now my sciatica is hurting so bad. If I tie my shoes, I can't stand back up for 5 minutes. But the other stuff is more serious. I mean, I'll be doing videos like hiking, camping, a lot at work, a lot of construction videos, being funny at work. I work with funny guys. We like to make videos. It's a good time. Definitely want to try to make some skateboard videos, show you that an almost 50-year-old could still do it. Kind of. I could ride hills. That's what I was doing right now. But the other things, like the main thing that I think people could relate to, and some people might need help with. I know my life is still not perfect, and I've been clean for I don't count the time. I'm not like I don't get big in the NA systems. I'm talking about addiction, by the way, but a specific addiction. I've lost over 20 of my friends, including my two very best friends. Their names are tattooed on my arm. All the opiate epidemic hit Western Pennsylvania hard a couple of times. Even before the fentanyl, 10 years before the fentanyl stuff, I had 10 friends die within a year and a half. We partied too hard. I thank God every day that I'm alive and that my brothers are alive. We made it through somehow. And I pray for the families of everyone that didn't. But doing that causes some anxiety. And you used to think you could trust the doctors. So you go to the doctor with your anxiety and they put you on Xanax. And everyone recommends Xanax. All my favorite stand-up comedians, if you're getting on a flight and you're nervous, just pop a Xanax and have a drink. You'll sleep through the flight. That can become a habit very quick. A habit that I took to its limits. I'm still on benzodiazepams, 3 milligrams, or benzo, however you say it. You know what I'm talking about. I take clonazepam, Klonopin, 3 milligrams a day, every day since I went to rehab. Geez, it's 18, 19 years ago. Like I said, I think that's part of the thing with the benzos that they don't tell you when you try to come off of them. It causes you brain damage. So my short-term memory is garbage. When I try to tell a story, I branch off. And then there's a branch off of that branch and a branch off the other branch. I can never concentrate on just one thing. But I've seen some positive things on YouTube. The one place, the taper clinic, I want to call it. I feel bad. I'll have to look up at his name and I'll put it in the link below. I can't believe I just said that. But I will figure it out and put his channel. I believe it's called the Taper Clinic. But that man understands this addiction. It's hell. It's pure hell. I fear nothing. Because, I'm no angel. It's not like the doctor put me on this medication and all of a sudden I was a drug addict. I liked to party when I was young. A lot of whatever. I'm a Gen X kid. you know, raised in the 90s, late 80s, and the 90s, into the early 2000s, just going to raves and hippie fests and having a grand old time and drinking daily. But once the pharmaceuticals, you know, the stuff made by the government got bought in, or at least maybe not made by the government, but, you know, I can't think of a word. You know, kind of nervous too. It's my first video, but you know, it's controlled by the government. But coming off of them, most doctors just don't understand. I probably understand more about the science, the at least the healthy way to come off of benzos more than most PCPs. I know more than my doctor. When I tell him stuff that I've seen online, he's, oh, really? I'll have to look at that. Does he? I don't know. He's a nice guy, though. He's a good doctor. I don't want to talk any trash on him. I was on these long before I ever went to him. But he's a good doctor. He made me go to a psychiatrist and all that type of stuff. But I mean, go to a psychiatrist, that doesn't always work. I've had therapists cry when I told them what's going on in my head. I mean, anyone that has been through benzo withdrawal, I mean, like, you look at like Jordan Peterson. I mean, you know, it did something to his brain. He wasn't addicted. It changed his brain chemistry. And my doctor thinks it's something along those lines with me too. I've gone 28 days, 28, 27, 28 days without mine, just flushed them down the toilet. Was gonna go to rehab. My ride didn't show up. I called the rehab, or they called me. They said they'll send a van to pick me up. I said, why don't I just drive out there so I get there? They said, no, we'll send a van. They didn't come. I already flushed my pills. I locked myself in my basement, like in the back bedroom of a basement. Told everyone I was gone. I was out of town. Told my kids I was away. I went to get off my medication finally. And I just tried to kick it. 28 days, cold turkey. It's not fun. I mean, I was physically, but out loud, talking to ghosts that I knew were not there. I basically would address them as me. Like, what do you need to tell me? Me. Yeah, it sounds funny, but it's scary. You learn what it would feel like for someone to be able to lose their mind, how easy that something like that could slip away. I just noticed how cool is. That would be the moon, I think, because the Earth, or flat Earth. I think we have the moon right behind us there. We must be in like the circular pattern of the flat. I'm just kidding, but what is that? I forget. Venus or something? I don't know. Pluto? It's an asteroid, probably. The way things have been going, but things are looking up anyway after election. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna start this taper that I saw on the Taper Clinic video. It's called the liquid taper, I believe. I think it might have had some other names. But you actually put your pills into water. I really have to do more research. I just watched the video very quickly while I was waiting in a parking lot for someone. But someone to come out of a store. But you put it in water, you shake it up, you separate it into your 3 doses, and then you can, you know, really, you can minutely or maximally just take out as much as you want. And like I said, I kind of summarized the video, but it somehow dilutes it, and apparently it makes it easier. A lot of the comments, people on them, like, you know, 30 years, like as long as I've been on this stuff. God, I'm going to be 49 years old. I mean, in my family, my mom died when I was 3. My mom died in 1979. My dad died when I was 16. I was raised by 2 sets of grandparents. Obviously, like my mom's side of the family, they both lived in the same neighborhood. I had an awesome childhood. Like, no one should feel sorry for me. But I'm sure that's a big problem that causes all this stuff in my head, why I thought I needed medication to fix it. Period. And I may go all over the place here, but anyone that knows what I'm talking about coming off of these things and just what they do to your brain, hopefully you'll be able to follow along. um, but anyway, hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I got called. Oh, I made a little chair up here by the burn pile. It's cracking under my fat butt. So yeah, my parents died young. I grew up without a mother. My first memory in life is, I can still picture it. I'm actually at my grandmother's house right now, where my mother lived. I'm way up in the yard. But I used to have a nightmare that I dreamt, right? She died in a car accident. My dad was driving Fire Chicken with Trans Am. He always blamed himself, so he was never around. You know, they didn't know how to cope with stuff in the 80s, 70s, 80s. And my dad was a psycho. He was not someone you messed with. So I always wanted to be like my dad, partying, crazy person that you didn't mess with. And that's who I ended up being, and now I'm miserable. Don't get to talk to my kids as much as I want to at all. Still see my baby girl. My two older boys don't talk to me. And I think it's all, it's all from the benzos. They've caused so much stuff, like it causes depression, like, because when I realize that it's not anxiety, like I take a pill, my kids aren't talking to me, I'm upset, or my ex-wife that does something, their mother, that I can't see something they did, see one of their accomplishments. Why it keep me from it, I don't know. I was never a needle addict. I have nothing against anyone that was ever addicted to anything. I have friends that have died from everything under the sun. I've seen everything under the sun. But I was a very high functioning addict. I coached Little League. I did a lot of stuff. But it was, prescription pain medicine. That was the main thing. But it all started off with recreational drugs back in the day, all the ecstasy and whatever, Molly they call it now, acid, weed, a lot of booze, coke, all this stuff. Did it all. Did it all. And once I heard those words, "I'm pregnant," it was easy to stop. Period. Then, the hard times start in a relationship, and I found a drug I could just go in the bathroom to come out and fill with. I think I got some kind of chemical imbalance, because pain medicine made me Superman, super dad. Yeah, kids, let's do this, let's do that. Let's go skate, let's go jump on the trampoline, let's go to the park. What do you mean you're tired? No, we still gotta ride bikes and play kickball. Like, that's me, saying that to them. And I'm still that way. I didn't need the drugs to do it. I was just working so hard that stuff got ahead of me. But able to beat everything except for the benzos. And that's why I would like people, ultimately, like, to try to get back to what this video is about. Just trying to ramble on. I was told, ramble on, let people get to know who you are. This is me. I'm a lot goofier. I'm not normally this serious, or I'm far more serious. I guess I'm all over the place. I'm a conundrum. But my main thing is I would love to talk to other people that have problems with benzos. Any tips to get off of them? Definitely to check out that link. It's getting cold out here. Definitely check out that link for the Taper Clinic. That's the best doctor I've seen talk about benzo withdrawal ever in my life. I mean, I've had a lot of concussions, injuries all over my body, but a lot of concussions too. I was here's an example of how weird my anxiety is. And I probably have PTSD from my parents dying, just from being so young and I never went to any kind of therapy or whatever. I never even asked about it. I'm sure two of my brothers, I have three brothers. My youngest is a half brother, so he never had to ask these questions, but I'm sure my other brothers, my hands are red, it's freezing. But I'm sure my twin brothers asked a lot more questions than I did. I never wanted to upset my grandparents, so I never found out. Years later, I find stories from other people, but I'm sure that mommy daddy issues has definitely plagued my life. But now it's turned into some kind of sick, poetic, weird, where my whole life all I wanted, as an adolescent boy was my dad. When I get off the school bus, I would see a strange car, my grandparents, my dad's side of the family, and my dad's in town, my dad must be visiting, my dad, and it'd be one of my grandfather's union buddies or something. But when he was there, it'd be like I'd run into him at a gas station. He didn't even tell us he was in town. Then he did try. He tried. And the last times we were with him, we're happy, except for the last night. We got to see our dad drunk. I slept with a baseball bat and a belt. Not that they would have done me any good at that age. But he felt so embarrassed. He was out Christmas shopping, and he met up with a buddy at the mall. He was always traveling. He never stayed around here. And someone bought him a drink, and that's all it takes with a Mackenzie. I definitely believe in generational curses. I'm the oldest Mackenzie. My dad was the only Mackenzie. My uncles are Patricks. My grandparents are Patricks. I never knew my blood grandfather. My grandfather raised my dad, Patrick, raised my dad from birth, and then raised me and my brothers. So he's more of my father than anyone on this planet ever was. And I love and miss him to this day. Rest in peace, Papa. But yeah. So I'm gonna try this, this water taper thing. I'm gonna read up on it more. I'm gonna, watch more videos and figure out exactly how it's done. And I'm gonna share how I'm doing it and how I feel it works. I mean, I've been on, like I said, the clonazepam almost 20 years. I was on Xanax, for probably a decade before that. And I mean, I used to really, before I had children, I don't know if we thought we were in Motley Crue or we were trying to hang out with Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, because we could have partied with them. The crew that I hung out with, my brothers and my friends, most of them rest in peace. This is the price we paid for this. Most of us now have mental issues, health issues, or just aren't here. We're still battling addiction, and those are the ones I really, really pray for the most. But see, I forget where I was going because I start wandering off. All right. I had to check my own memory. This is, I mean, and I laugh, I giggle, but this shit's no joke, man. This stuff is horrible. It's the devil. It destroys your short-term memory, your short-term memory, your ability to talk. I mean, when I get going, when my brain's on point, I'm not nervous talking to a camera, sitting in well, not even my backyard. I'm sitting in my grandmother's backyard at a fire pile, talking to my phone. So, and laughing and stuff. It feels kind of weird. People probably think I'm just FaceTiming someone. Honestly, I really don't care. See, I went off on a tangent again. That's what I mean. Branch off, branch off, branch off, branch off. It drives me insane. But anyway, I know I was talking about back before I had kids. We used to do a whole lot of partying. Like, I mean, we partied like rock stars. And just because I'm talking about the benzos, I don't want to talk about all the stuff we used to do. But I used to eat, I mean, it was nothing for me to eat 30 to 40 milligrams. And I have no reason to lie here or exaggerate. It's embarrassing, honestly. But used to eat 30, 40, maybe even 50 milligrams of Xanax and drive to the bar. Be the designated driver. Everybody else is eating a couple of pills and drinking. I'm drinking twice as much as everyone and eating all of my pills and then borrowing pills off of everybody else to eat. They'd all snort them. I just ate them. But I mean, a few drinks in, I either woke up bloody or everyone telling me how fun I was the night before. But I always woke up scared. What did I do? And thanking God that I never killed a minivan full of people. I mean, you're young, you don't think of that stuff. But I mean, you would think of it the next morning after the blackouts, and it scared me. And that's, those words, "I'm pregnant," saved my life. My oldest son knows that. He knows no matter how mean he is to me, no matter what he says to me, I will love him and do anything I can, anything that's in my power to help him in any way. That's all my kids. Because I'd be dead if it wasn't for them. When I went to rehab, when my sons were toddlers, uh, to just finally, because I was clean for 2 or 3 years when they were born. Like I said, I heard I'm pregnant, I quit. I would drink a couple of beers here and there on the weekend and smoke a bowl. But once we moved to a place that I just knew was going to be bad for me. It's my own fault. It's not the people, places, and things. Ultimately, it's your decision. That's what I mean. I don't always agree and do stuff the NA way. I don't think it's that important that I count my time. I totally get people that do, and I'm super proud of everyone that does, that gets these long times and knows the exact day, knows the hour. That's awesome. I just don't do it that way. But I'm gonna try to do it this taper way. But I mean, when I went to rehab, they were just treating me like every heroin addict that was in there back then. Everyone was in there for heroin. Everyone. There was a couple alcoholics. And honestly, the ones in the worst shape were me and the alcoholics. I was there for opiates and benzos. The opiates, I was already, I didn't sleep for 7 and then total. I went to sleep on the 8th day in detox. I didn't sleep 3 days at home. Then I finally went. I was awake the whole time there until a psychiatrist gave me 6 Klonopin and I passed out. My wean started at 18 milligrams a day. That's what a board-certified psychiatrist, physician, whatever he was, saw fit to give me in a rehabilitation center that I voluntarily signed up to go to get off of the pills that the doctors put me on. Needless to say, I felt wonderful right away. Got moved out of the detox where I was the sickest person. There's people in there, with abscesses on them from needles. God bless them. I hope they're all still alive, and there was a lot of nice people. But they were all heroin addicts, except my roommate. He was an alcoholic. I mean, but most people that were there to stay out of jail, I was there to fix my life. They were just keeping me high. It's like I was with a friend earlier who goes to the damn methadone clinic. He was the one I gave a ride to the store. And I just, God, I just wanted him to get off of the shit, Get off the shit. You don't need it. Get on this Suboxone be sick for a couple of days. Oh, I can't be that sick. Yes, you can. You can handle it. You can handle it. The opiate stuff is very handleable. You get put on the subs, then wean off of them, quit. It's easy. I did it. I mean, I speak from experience. Coming off these benzos is a whole nother animal, and they didn't treat it that way. They just thought they'd give me an amount, and then they gave me, my wean down was 2 pages, from 18 milligrams supposed to be down to nothing in 2.5 weeks. Well, when 2.5 weeks came up, counting the detox, I had cut myself down. When I was at 15, I quit going for my last 5, and they tried to discipline me. I told them I would just leave, and they agreed that I only needed 10 a day then. And I told them to make it 9, three times a day. So got down to the 9, Never had any talk from anyone to talk about aftercare or what I was supposed to do. I was feeling good. I had someone to lock my pills up to keep my wean going. I didn't need to be stuck in there going to meetings every day anymore. But I had a fat, lazy Karen of a whatever she was, counselor. I had the anxiety girl was a counselor. She was great. Some of the people that worked there were ex-addicts, all great. This lady was just there for a paycheck, and I wasn't letting her get it from my insurance company anymore, so I bolted against medical advice. But I came home and I did really good. That's the longest I didn't smoke weed, 40 days. I had never felt that sober in my life, but I wasn't sober. That's what I didn't realize. I was on so many benzos. I got down to 4 a day, and that's when they told me when I started feeling comfortable and feeling uneasy at the amount I took to go to the doctor. So I went at 4. No doctor would give me 4, but I had one that would give me 3 for only a few months. Then I found the doctor I've been going to now for over, 15 years. And he gives me the 3 a day as long as I can see to counts and urine tests, and anytime he can do it. I don't care. I don't do anything else. And I might smoke once in a while, but he doesn't care. And yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it's starting to get cold. The sun's about to go down behind the hill over there. I really hope everyone follows along to this channel. I hope this didn't bore you to death. What I hope the most, I'm sorry for saying constantly too, but I wrote stuff down. It's all in my truck. I'm not a write it down person. I just wing it. But there are things I will put detail into. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna edit this and put this out tonight, and this will be my first full-length video. And I hope if it strikes a chord with anyone addicted to anything. I've helped people get off a bunch of different things myself. Like technically, I'm not an addict. I take my medication as it's prescribed. But I don't want to be on that medication. It doesn't. So and I'm stuck on that medication. If I stop taking it, I get brain damage. Again, I'm gonna put a link to the Taper Clinic. Doctor, I want to say his name has like an accent to it, and it's I feel really bad. Maybe I'll say it afterwards. I'll edit it in after this. But that guy, just watching his videos, it gives me hope. I thought I'd be taking these things the rest of my life, but this guy's giving me hope. And I would love for you guys to follow along, anyone. And two, there's going to be a lot of funny stuff on here. I love joking around. I love taking my daughter and her friends out hiking, and we go bouldering, like rock climbing, playing in the caves, jumping on the trampoline, take my nephew magnet fishing and stuff. I do a lot of things. Everyone says find your niche. Well, I'm going to use, addiction care and stuff because I know it very well. But I also know construction very well. I know, I can be very funny, I know the ladies. I'm just kidding. But I don't know. I just hope everyone please like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell, whatever people say. It would really mean a lot to me. I do this I'm doing this for fun. This video is obviously just me running my mouth, but the other videos are so fun to shoot that if nothing happens, I'm not losing anything at all. But man, if I could quit swinging a hammer for a living, or at least be swinging it on my own house, building my own dreams, making my own dreams come true, I think that would be the ultimate goal, But I'm not gonna look at YouTube for retirement. I'm probably gonna work. I'll probably die on a job site, fall off the scaffolding, heart attack, and fall. But it's all right. At least you guys will have my YouTube channel to remember me by. And my name on here, it's probably just gonna be Tony McKenzie in some form. I was trying out names for the channel, and I forgot that I had changed it once already and was messing around, hit awesome channel. And now it's stuck at awesome channel for whatever it is, 7 days or 14 days. I'm gonna change it as soon as that's up. Hopefully I have someone that cares and subscribes by then. But if you do, thank you. If you paid attention, if you watched this whole video, God bless you. I've been getting back into church too, a lot. So I have a lot of positive vibes. It's like, it's all thanks to God. Like, thank you, God. You know, uh, my life is nowhere near where I want it to be back to right now, and it's been years, just years of strife since my kids don't live in the same house as me. That's basically when it started. But I'm gonna get through it, and you're gonna get through whatever you're going through. And thanks for watching. If you watched to the end, I love you, man. And girl, I love you all. People, thank you. Peace. Take care.